Hello and welcome back to the Sketch Academy channel, and I'm really excited about this video because I think it's going to help you if you are like me and want to improve your sketching, and especially if you're kind of starting out and you feel like you might not always nail the proportions or the perspective of the products or whatever it is you're sketching. I think this video here is really going to help you out. So if no matter where you are in the world watching this video, if you are watching this right now, there is a requirement, and that is to pick up a pen right now and some piece of paper, whatever you have laying around. It can be print paper, it can be fancy marker paper, maybe an envelope, or whatever it is you have around. You just pick that up and pick up some pen or pencil, whatever you have available, and just follow along in this video, because I think if you do, you're going to discover some cool stuff. So the whole point of this video is to sketch cubes. We're going to go crazy with cubes. And you might ask yourself, why are we sketching cubes? It doesn't really have to do anything with products. But the thing is, sketching cubes and sketching the basic fundamental geometries of products such as cubes and circles, ellipses, and so on is the most important thing to learn before you jump in to sketch whatever advanced things you're going to sketch. For example, I love to sketch cars. So what I'm going to do here, first of all, I'm going to show you the warm-up session here. This is kind of the warm-up page. The top part of this page is going to be the first kind of doodles that we put down. And if you look at these cubes, they are far from perfect, and that is the intention with these sketches, is to not have it be perfect. Just keep the hand moving when you're sketching, and if you see that something is off in perspective, you can always fix it as you go. And the more warmed up you get, the easier this is going to be to get the lines down. And you can see that in this sheet as well. You see that my lines are starting to get cleaner and cleaner, and that is after about 2 or 3 minutes of just sketching lines. So the faster you get into the sketching part, the faster you will get more comfortable with sketching your lines and also get the proportions and the perspective right. So don't worry about getting things perfect. That's my point here. Now you can see that I'm starting to go crazy here with some curvatures in the cubes, because why not? We're all warmed up now, we can start to have some fun and not have it be so strict and geometric with straight lines all over the place. So I want to get some curvatures in there. And what I'm going to do next here is I'm going to take this type of sketching. So we're going to use cubes to sketch a car and in perspective, and then we're going to do the same thing to sketch a chair, because I know not everybody loves to sketch cars. I know people are crazy like that. I mean, I love to sketch cars, and it's one of my favorite things to sketch, but I know some other people like to sketch furniture and stuff like that, which I also like, but cars, of course, is number one for me. Anyway, we're gonna use this technique here and just implement it in product design sketching. So the idea with sketching these cubes here is to just get a cube right in perspective. If you can get a cube semi-correct in perspective, you have a huge advantage when it comes to sketching other things and other more complex things, such as cars right here. So you can see that we're starting with 2 cubes here, just on top of each other, or 2 rectangular boxes on top of each other, and this is going to determine the perspective of this sketch. And from here, once we have those 2 cubes correct in perspective, that's when we can start to go in and add some details to this car that we're sketching right here. And as you can see, I did some bad planning here because I ran out of paper on the left side here. So the front of the car is going to be a little bit smushed or crashed or whatever, but I still get the point across. And the point is, of course, to use cubes to sketch your products and sketch whatever it is you want to sketch. So there are 2 points with this video. First point is to get sketching as fast as possible, and don't overthink your lines and your perspective and your line quality. If you're not happy with it, forget about it. Just move on to the next doodle and just keep on doodling, because the faster you do that, the faster you're going to improve And you're also going to notice that you don't really care anymore if something is messed up, because you can always adjust as you go. So what I'm doing here is using the exact same technique as I used with the car there, just to create a chair. So it's not made up of two boxes, but it still has, you can still call it a box, because if you combine the legs and the seat there, that creates a kind of a box. And from there, you start to add the different features of the chair, but it's still fundamentally two boxes that it's made up of. And this is the importance of learning the basics before you jump in to more advanced stuff. I know how frustrating it can be when you see sketches and you try to do the same thing, but you don't get the same result. And that is probably because you don't really have the fundamentals of perspective and proportions right yet. So starting with something complex when you don't have the basics down is going to take a lot longer to learn than if you were just to get the basics right first. And of course, I have to throw on some markers on there. And I think I'm using this as, if I see correctly here, remember correctly, this is a cool gray 1. It's a very dark cool gray 1. I thought it was going to be a bit lighter than this, but it's all good. It works. And I'm doing this just because it's fun, first of all, and I want to get some more depth in there without having to go nuts with the big pen and add a lot of line weight everywhere. And that's the video for today. I just wanted to show you this technique, and hopefully it helped you out. Just sketch a bunch of boxes. On top of these boxes, you can start combining the boxes and put them together, and from there you create a volume which you then sculpt with curves and corners and so on, just like we did here with the car and the chair. I'm the Sketch Monkey. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please comment below what you would like to see in future videos. Is there anything specific you're struggling with right now when it comes to sketching? Let me know in the comments below and I will make a video on that. Take care. I will see you in the next video.